My name is Raymond Karchevsky, and I am a living Christ. I'm going to speak to you today about true intelligence, not the false, intellectual memorization that we call intelligence. That's robotic conditioning that is designed to control dead individuals, living dead, people who are declared to be fictions by fictional authoritative institutions like government, religion, banking, corporations. You see, these are all non-entities, merely thoughts that are embedded in dead intellects. The part of the conscious mind that rules civilized society. Our world, our civilized world, is hell. Living men and women create the fiction of hell in their minds, in their intellect, which is a dualistic, opposing realm of consciousness. It's found only in the conscious mind of man. But living man also has the unconscious, or subconscious mind, I should say. That is the holistic, the creative mind of God. That's a word. Understand? The intellect is ruled by words. The intellect must be used. I must admit that. It must be used in order for technical, that is, mechanical, inventive ideas that are created, and for mechanical, technical problem solving, which also is dead. A dead entity, a dead universe, a universe composed of illusion. That's what the intellect is all about. And you must go to school. You must be trained. You must be conditioned. You must be traumatized in order to formulate a once open, infinite subconscious mind into the known, dualistic, opposing, satanically ruled intellect. You see, we're trained to be Satanists. Anyone who lives in their conscious intellect is a Satanist. They may not call themselves that because these are all illusions. These are all words. These are all part of the conscious intellect, you see. In the subconscious mind, there is only the energy of what is, the energy of truth, and it is non-dualistic. It is one. It is what is. It is the realm of the I am, the realm of God, the realm of creation. It is the tree of life. It is what we have been conditioned out of. The tree of life has been transformed into the tree which bears the fruit of the dualistic fruits of dualism. Do you understand that? It's careful, you must carefully look at that and see that your thoughts are not real. They are the fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil, of duality. That's the illusion that is seen to be the civilized world, when actually it is hell. See, anything that is dualistic is based in confusion. It's based in division, and it's based in opposition. Does that not describe civilized life with its wars, its crime, its tendency to divide people into partitions of their mind, relatively fragmented portions that are perceived as the whole? But you see, in that partitioned consciousness that we call the intellect, there are the walls which divide beliefs, conditions, cultures, nations, countries, belief systems, religious. It is the realm of conflict and confusion, you see. You understand what I mean by dualism. It is that contradiction that exists when one reaches the partition of their mind and cannot go any further. And they believe that that partitioned consciousness is the whole of life. It isn't, because they soon meet their opposer, who has a different belief system, who belongs to a different country, who belongs to a different religion, who belongs to a different philosophical belief system. You understand how divided mankind is? Civilized mankind? And do you understand what those divisions cause? Nothing but contradiction and conflict. That is the realm of sin. Sin is nothing more than a contradiction in essence, which divides and confuses, you see. In the non-dualistic subconscious, all that exists is energy, the holistic energy of what is, as it unfolds from the unknown and begins to form itself into the known. But you see, when it does that, it creates the divisions of belief systems and is now caught in the dualistic intellect, and thus creates its own hell. There you have the wars, the crime, the confusion, the absolute tyranny that arises from status, the rich and the poor, the wealthy, and those who are stuck in poverty and never ever have a chance in life as a class to rise above, because that is their belief. That is where they draw the line. That is where they separate themselves. And of course, in each class, there are exceptions to the rule. And so you do have individuals who rise above their class distinction. I happen to be one of them. I was born to a poor Polish family. But that wasn't me. That was the incarnation setting in which I was born in order to understand the classes that create such conflict. I did not let poverty rule my life, though I was born to poverty. I understand who I am, and I am not my conscious intellect. In my subconscious intellect, I am eternal. I am beyond the limitedness of belief, of duality, of the incarnation of this time in history that is created by the illusion of birth and death. There is no death. I am immortal. Oh, this body will die one day. This mind will cease. But you see, these are merely material manifestations that house the intelligence of this living man, this living Christ, which includes birth and death. But I will not die, for I am the God of my own life. I am the eternal essence of what is. I am the God of my life, and so are you. But you have been made to doubt yourself into believing that you are merely a slave, whose purpose is to serve those who rule the intellectual realm of Satan. You are a god. Each of you are a god in your own life. For you create the quality of your life, the standards of your life. You see, if you are not overwhelmed by belief systems which you believe yourself to be poor, to never have a chance. Oh, there are many of those. We call them snowflakes. We call them people who are upset over trivial matters that are illusions in themselves. These are the people who feel that the world owes them a living. They did not ask to be born. They had no choice in the matter. Well, welcome to the club. Now, how you comport yourself will determine whether you are a god or you are a slave of your own belief system. You see. Who are these slaves I'm talking about? The snowflakes. Those who believe that the world owes them a living. Can you find them in nature? Not a chance. Nature is very simple, very clear, very honest. The strong shall survive, and the weak shall die. That's the law of nature, the survival of the fittest. Well, human beings, people, persons, declared to be persons by a fictitious government, thought up by living men and women. You see, a fiction. The fiction of government and religion create fictional, subjugated individuals that are called persons or believers. And they fall into place. They serve an illusory God. And that God is their own intellect. If you are serving your intellect, you are serving hell. You are serving Satan. That's the long and short of it. And that's what upsets you the most about this living Christ, because I speak to you only the truth, only what is, only the non-dualistic aspect of that which I am. I am the master of my life and my life alone. I am not a master of your life. But you and I, in the subconscious mind, are one. Because there's only non-duality in the subconscious mind. There is no duality. There is no opposition. There is no division. That's the secret that eludes civilized mankind since the beginning of time. It also is the reason why we have slavery. We are ruled by tyrannical people that play with our minds. These are the politicians, the political leaders, the priests, the fictitious characters that are called popes. It's an illusion. All an illusion. Each and every one of you are the masters of your own life, or the slave, depending upon whether or not you doubt yourself. I know who I am, and I live that every day of my life in my relationships with you, and it bothers the hell out of most of you, because you believe in the illusory intellect that has been trained into you, conditioned into you, indoctrinated into you. You see, you serve hell. I am of heaven, and I spread that truth to all who have the spiritual eyes to see and the ears to hear. But then they must act upon that in order for them to transform that into their lives. Otherwise, there is argument, there is debate, and that is dualistic. So that's what you do. You spend all your time, all your energy in arguing, in playing games of competition to outdo the other, to struggle with the other. You're struggling with yourself because you don't understand that once the intellect is quieted through meditation, there is only what is. And it appears at first to be a void of nothingness. But in that nothingness is the infinite realm of what is that comes into manifestation. That's what life's all about. That's what you're here to learn. You're here to learn who you are and to create the kind of world that you're in harmony, you're at one with. That is the realm of love, of non-duality, of love. You see, you're here to learn what love's all about. And when you do, you will realize that you are love. That's my message to you. Take it or leave it. You understand? When you do that, you leave the realm of the dualistic, antagonistic, dualistic and opposing behavior. That's hell. That's how you dissolve hell. Just stop. Be quiet. Meditate. And then you'll start living. Thank you.